Hey Instagram, good morning. So it's day 4 of my life. Well, it's the fourth video. And today I am going to talk about a solid foundation or a strong foundation. Now, for all those persons that know about building, right? You know that you have to have a foundation before you can put up a building. Now, my dad is a mason, and I always see them paying special attention to the foundation first, the foundation and the columns, right? Now, when they're building the foundation, they have to ensure that it is straight, they have to ensure that it is deep enough, and they have to ensure that the material is rich enough. Now, when they ensure that the foundation is solid, then they ensure that they have the columns or the pillars to hold up the building. They ensure that that is strong, that is firm, and that is solid as well. Then they can put up the building and they can put up the top. Now, for all those persons who you might have a business or a family, whatever it is that you have to ensure that you have a strong foundation. The foundation in your family might be how you start, how you handle your problems, how you handle situations, because if you don't handle them properly, it will cause a breakdown. Now, I have a friend who lost his house a few weeks ago, and the house, when they did some checks, it never had a solid foundation. Now, if it doesn't have a solid foundation, there's no way that the building will stay firm, right? So you have to ensure that the material that you're using is also good. And if the building topples over, go back to your drawing board and set the foundation right. You have to set the foundation right. For my Christian friends, listen, if your foundation is not rooted in Jesus Christ, then guess what? You don't have a foundation. If it's not rooted in Jesus Christ, you don't have a foundation. And without a strong foundation in Christ, you will not have a strong Christian faith. You will be toppled. You will topple over. Anything that comes will just blow you away, right? So you have to ensure that your faith is rooted in Christ. If it's not rooted in Christ, anything that happens, persons will say stuff, persons will do stuff, and guess what? You will just give up your Christian walk with ease. And for those who are in business, if you don't have a strong foundation, if you don't set the foundation right, if you don't have a system, your business will not go far. I have seen where my organization, and I use myself a lot when I'm talking about stories, because I have a lot of stories. I have seen in my organization where my organization, it basically went to ground zero multiple times. And when I do my checks, because I have to evaluate everything, when I do my checks and I do my evaluation, I realized that my foundation was not strong. I did not have a solid foundation, and I had to ensure that I fixed that. And once I started fixing my foundation, then guess what? My organization started to grow. So you will not have growth unless your foundation is strong. You need a strong foundation. Just like a building, if the foundation is not strong, the building will topple over. So my word of encouragement to every single one of you today: ensure that your foundation is strong. Ensure that you have a strong foundation, and not just the foundation but the pillars. In organization, there are some pillars. Pillars are the persons who are your leaders. Just like Moses, when the children of Israel were fighting in the valley, Moses was up on the mountain, and Aaron and Hur were his two pillars, because when Moses held up his hands, Israel prevailed, and when he put down his hands, then Israel was losing, and he had to keep his hands up. And because it was all day that they were fighting, he was tired and he had to sit down, and Aaron and Hur held up his hands, and that's how Israel won the battle. So he needed his two pillars to help him. So you might have persons in your organizations, your leaders, your mentors. Those persons are your pillars. You need those persons to hold your hand up, right? You need those persons to hold your hand up so you can get to your goal. In life, in your family, there might be someone that will hold you accountable, and those persons that will hold your hand up, those pillars are the persons who will not just see you going down the wrong path and not tell you that you're going down the wrong path. Those are the persons that will tell you the truth. It doesn't matter what the situation is. So, ladies and gentlemen, build a strong foundation. Ensure that you have the right pillars helping you and holding your hand up, and keep going forward. All we're doing is going forward. We're not going backwards. We are not looking behind us. We are looking forward, because everybody has goals. It doesn't matter what the goal is. We're going forward and we're building a solid foundation. Have a blessed